Thank you very much for giving me this time. I want to address three issues. The first one was fair trial. What is the fair trial? Killing Osama bin Laden, an unarmed man, is a fair trial. Killing Libyan leader Gaddafi's son and grandsons through the airstrike is a fair trial. Saddam Hussein's trial, the mockery of the trial, is a fair trial. So what is a fair trial? We have ensured that all the accused can have sufficient defense. Mind you, there's a gentleman who has pointed out, Bangladesh is the only country who have adopted this law in 1973, when nobody else thought of it, as a part of the constitution. And in that law, we have permitted appeal by the accused to the highest court of law. Till today, even till today, I am saying, all the international tribunals are giving verdict which has no appeal system. But Bangladesh is the only country who has given the appeal system. I deeply appreciate those who talk about the human rights. We want to uphold the human rights to the best of our ability. I have stated in my statement that the government of Bangladesh in exile gave an order that you will not take the reprisal measures because we will try them by court. Till today we are demanding that we will try them by court. But unfortunately, 40 years have passed. Those who are looking at the trial now and looking at through the eyes of 2011, as what I said. But the crime has happened in 1971, when there was no Rome statute. There was only one statute. There's the kill, kill, kill. Rape, rape, rape. That's all. Now, one question comes. What happens to the victim's right? You have all for the defense of the accused. But what happens to the victim's right? I just want to take 1 minute to give one only example. Sector Commanders Forum was traveling all across the country. We went to Chittagong. In one of the graves, there was about few hundred people were, I said mass grave, a few hundred people were. There's one old lady, to our estimate, 70 plus, with a big stick, came to the chairman, the Yar Marshal Kundakar. She was trying to talk something, she was mumbling on her lips. There was a young fellow, we said, what is she trying to say? The story is, in the later part of April 1971, her only son and her husband was cut into 6 pieces. Why 6 pieces? Because they were the supporter of the 6 points. And buried into the yard of the house. And the blood that spilled out was thrown to her body. Who brought it? It's the local Bengalis who went to the army camp and brought them and identified that he is the fellow who is the 6 points. Now that lady survived for 40 years, only seeking justice for only son killing and the husband killing. But unfortunately she died, she could not see it. So don't you think we have some obligation to those victims who have given so much for the liberation of the country? Now we are asking so much for the defense, for the human rights of the accused, those who have committed such type of heinous crimes. I would like to give all sorts of support, but please, please, please do think about those victims. We went to Potiokan, 40 kilometers of the city, just on the shore of the river. There was a public gathering, like here. There was about 500 people. In front of us, 11 ladies stood up and said, by name, so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so went to the Pakistani camp. They brought the Pakistanis here. In one day, 69 houses were burned. 30 ladies were, rounded up and walked 30 kilometers up north. They were kept for 120 days into the camp. And out of 30, 11 are still surviving. Now you know the Bangladeshi culture. A rape victim will never say I have been raped. But these ladies were proud enough, brave enough, because now they are 60 plus. They said, yes, we will tell the court who has done it. Who are the people who have done it. So our request is please also think about those victims who have given so much for the country, they have to be given. They have to give our application. Next, we talk about this. Constitution, is a separate issue.
Please, let him answer.
So we can discuss this type of things in joint hall.
Yeah. No. Whether it is Muslim or Hindu, that doesn't matter. Perpetrator is a perpetrator. Whether we have a Muslim or no Muslim, that has nothing to do with the crime. Crime is crime. Anybody who has committed the crime has to be tried. Anywhere, wherever it is. Yes. Now, presently we are starting with the people who are inside the Bangladesh. But after, as we plan, the High Commissioner will talk about the government issue, but as we plan, we said that all the perpetrators, wherever it is, must be brought back to the country. Unfortunately, we don't have the partition agreement between the United Kingdom and Bangladesh. But now the people are talking that we should have an agreement where we can take these people back to the country and try them out. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't think I have much questions to answer. There is one question raised about the arrest of Ghulam Azam. I think somebody mentioned it. Yes. In fact, he is arrested. I asked our Honorable Home Minister who visited recently about this issue, Ghulam Azam's arrest and this thing. She said that he is under house arrest. So only difference is that he is living in his house instead of the prison. But considering his, age and all these things, he is under house arrest. And another question raised by another person regarding the wealth of the criminals, confiscation of the money. Yeah, I will bring it to the notice of the government, of course. But it's not very simple though. Though the government has the Money Laundering Act, but it may take time. But I'm sure the government will take action. Thank you.
Could I just don't run away, just very quickly, in closing the meeting, first of all, thank everyone very much for coming this evening. Thanks, Sujit, for organising this on behalf of Liberation. And personally, I found it very, very interesting and very, very enlightening because when we discussed organising this event, it was deemed to be very difficult and very controversial. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, it's controversial. Yes, it's 40 years ago. But the importance of having a process that is transparent, a process that has all the proper rules of evidence in place is very, very necessary. And the value of the tribunals, if they're properly run, deemed to be fair, proper defence, proper prosecution, and all the international norms, means that it is a protection for everybody else's human rights further down the line. That's the whole point of this process. And I personally